Hello everybody, Happy Canuck Reviews back at you with another video. Today, I have a 24-hour Slovakian general purpose ration. This is one that you guys actually voted on one of the polls that I posted to my community tab. It's the first one I've ever done. If you guys would like to see them continue on, if you'd like a say in what I'm going to do every couple of videos, just let me know in the comments down below, and I'll make it something I do going forward. But yeah, so I crack into this in a second, but I just wanted to point out how cool this bag is. It's got all these phrases on the back, and it says that it's a selection from the 113 Murphy's Laws of Combat Operations. A little don't litter thing. And on the front, there's even what appears to be a 29 centimeter ruler. That's pretty cool. It's also got a tear notch here, and it's resealable. This ration is packaged by Oatmeals. Seem to be based out of Sweden, actually, which is pretty interesting. And there you can see the Dave production was in 2020, and its best before was the 1st of January, or the 23rd of January, I should say, of 2023. All right, let's see what we have in here. It does have a contents list on the front, but I like to get surprised. Alright, so to start, we have wheat porridge with apple and mango taste, stroganoff with rice and mushroom, chicken rogan josh with rice. Got an isotonic drinking powder with exotic flavor. Curious, 250 mils. Got some salted roasted peanuts, a cereal bar, salty cashew. Got some hard candies, what appears to be pineapple and orange. You get 2 flameless ration heaters. These ones are also Ortho branded. Got the warnings in multiple different languages. An empty clear bag. Could do whatever you want with that. Put your trash in it, collect water in it, whatever you really needed. Bag of 1,000 purposes. Got 2 nut cream. Interesting. And then you get a Colombian freeze-dried coffee. Dental floss. Feels like one of them little picks. Moist towelette, or alcohol wipe, actually. Same thing, I suppose. And this very, very sturdy black spork. All right. I'm going to get this all sorted out. I'll be back in a few minutes with breakfast. Alright, and I'm back. So, for breakfast, I decided to predictably go with a wheat porridge with apple and mango taste, a cereal bar, and thought I would try some of the nut cream for the cereal bar. Also going to go with the Colombian coffee, freeze-dried. It's even fair trade. And I also do just have water. I didn't bother heating this up. Thought that'd be pretty good cold. The other two, I'm going to save the flameless ration heaters for. I just figured the lunch and supper would be better hot. All right. I'm just going to mix up this coffee. Some medium-sized chunks in there. It smells very good. It smells chocolatey, if I'm being totally honest. And there's no sugar, no creamers. That's fine. I do prefer mine a little sweet and a little bit milky, but it feels like a comically large spoon for this. All right, and the cereal bar. Very sticky. It smells sweet, but not too sweet in all honesty. It does smell a little bit stale, but that's fine. It's a granola bar at the end of the day. Things will last forever. Take a look at this porridge. I will say it's a very, very hefty portion. 449 calories in here. 430 grams is how much it weighs. And there's all the information. It's lactose-free and vegetarian. And the rest of the nutritional info if you're interested. It says lactose free, but boy, is that ever milky looking. Must be like a non-dairy substitute that they used. All right, let's give that coffee a try. It's pretty dark. Could add a little less water, or a little more water if you really wanted to. It's fine coffee. It's not very strong in the taste department. It's a little chocolatey, it's a little bit bitter, it's a little bit acidic, I find. But it's not terrible by any means. It's not overwhelming. I'm going to give that another little sip, actually. Yeah, it just tastes like a generic coffee stick that you would find like in a hotel room or something like that. Is the closest I can describe that to. It's not great. It's not bad. It's doable. All right. And this massive, massive portion of porridge. I don't really see any bits of fruit in there, just the porridge itself. It smells very milky. Don't get a sense of fruit in here at all. That's very good. Not very strong. I see why they say taste on there, because I think it's just a bit of flavoring added. There's no actual fruit. I'm not certain. Yes, apple puree. Oh, lactose-free cream. Okay. And mango flavoring. That makes sense. It's very good. It's not offensive in any way when it comes to taste. It's not super strong, and it just mainly tastes of wheat and cream. That's about it. It's good. Honestly, this is very refreshing eating it cold. I wouldn't want to eat this hot at all. I am surprised by how much I'm enjoying this. I was kind of expecting it to be bland, not very good. And yes, it is a little bit bland. That's fine. In fact, I think that the cream in here goes perfectly with the unsweetened and no cream coffee. It goes together very well. Oh yeah, going for a drink of coffee right after eating that. It goes together perfectly. And let's give this very sticky cashew bar a try. Very, very good. Hearty, just like that is. But it's sweet, it's salty, got a lot of flavor to it. The bits of dried fruit just add that nice little bit of sweetness and a little bit of freshness to it as well. Very, very good. It got to be one of the best bars I think I've ever had. Like granola bars. Very good. And I am going to knead this up. Put a little bit on there, try it out, put a little on there. They give us 2 of these, but there's not really much to spread it on except for this and that. I'm not really sure what to do with the second one. I might just eat it right out of the package, or I'll think of something. I will say, I'm just expecting this to taste a lot like Nutella, because it is like a hazelnut butter, is what I'm gathering by the funny translation. Oh yeah, that seems to be exactly what that is, just Nutella. And that's fine. Nutella's good. It's not my favorite, but it's pretty dang good. I will just try just a little bit on its own, just to see. Now that's surprising. It tastes like Nutella, but it's not as processed. There's like granules of the hazelnut still in here. It's very sweet. It's milky. That, honestly, if that's what Nutella was around here, I'd always have some. I'm not the biggest Nutella fan. I prefer just straight up peanut butter, but that is really good. That is way, way, way better than I was expecting. It's a product of Sweden as well. Put some on here. See if that goes together. Probably will. Wow, that acts as like a frosting. It's so nice and light and sweet. It's like a hazelnut chocolate frosting. That is so good. And just because I like to try on everything, let's give that a try. Nice big spoonful. Yeah, very, very, very good. Again, acts like frosting. It's very good. Alrighty, everybody. Well, I'm going to finish up the rest of this off camera. I'll see you here in a few hours with lunch. Have a good morning. Alright, everybody. And I'm back here with lunch. So with lunch, I'm doing the chicken Rogan Josh with rice, the salted peanuts, and the exotic flavor isotonic drinking powder. Alright, so first I'm just going to get started by heating up that main there. There are instructions here on the back if anybody was wanting to read them. But for the most part, it's just like a normal flameless ration heater in a US one. The only thing I notice is it wants you to lay it down flat rather than up against something. It also comes with this little tab to seal it. Alright. Alright, well, we'll let that sit. Alright, so that's going. It just had its little explosion. Realized I put the meal on the wrong side. Should have put it on the other side so that I can aim the flap upwards. But oh well. It's not like it's made a little bit of steam over there, but it didn't pour out or anything like that. Always awful at following directions on those. Anyway, let's take a look at this drink powder. Slight yellow. Smells like coconut and mango, kind of. It does not specify on the ingredients what flavor it is, just that it has carrot for food coloring, which is nice. But there is lots of other things in here. No different than a bottle of Gatorade, I suppose. Anyway, so it said it calls for 250 mils. There's no fill line, so we're just gonna eyeball 250 mils. I'd say it's probably somewhat close. We can always add more, but you can't take away. There. No more powder on the bottom. I'm good. All right. Something tells me I can add some more into there. Well, let's give it a try first, just to see. So it looks, honestly, it kind of looks like Sunny D. Yeah, that needs a little bit more water to it. Very, very heavy on the pineapple. Very good, though. It doesn't taste too overly sweet by any means. It's not bitter at all. It's very pleasant. It's very, again, inoffensive. It's not Not a punch to the face with artificial flavors by any means. I quite like that. It's a shame there's only one in there, though. You'd assume that there might be 2 or even 3 to go with each meal. I suppose there could be a lot of electrolytes. They don't want you to have too many in your system. I assume. I'm not a nutritionist. That being said, it is 320 calories just for this one little drink powder. So if you want to stick to that 2,400 calories for the whole meal, or the whole ration, I should say, you can't have more than one of those drinks in there. Because those mains are huge. They are huge portions, which kind of, relegates it to, there's only this, there's only the 2 little candies, the 2 nut creams, and that granola bar. That's all you get for the sides in here. That's fine. Especially if they're making it up for these delicious, delicious main entrees and the huge quantity in there. Better than filling up on all sorts of sugar-filled little snacks throughout the day, I suppose. I guess everybody has their own preferences, though. But anyway, let's take a look at these salted peanuts. Looks pretty good. Just looks like your standard salted peanut. And it smells like that too. Nothing special. But there's the rest of the warnings if you're interested. Good to know about the eggs if you have any allergies. Alright, I will be back in a few minutes. It says that this takes about 10 to 12 minutes to fully heat. Alright, and I'm back. So, you can see, did it ever make quite a bit of steam there? I'll wipe that up in a moment, but boy, this is hot. Wow, did that heating element ever puff up? That thing's like a big pillow. I've never seen a heating element puff up quite like that. Interesting. Did its job, though. Well, let's take a look at here. Is it ever nice and hot? Wow, is that ever a big portion? Well, I'll say, does that ever smell delicious? It smells very rich, tomato, garlicky, smell peppers, and kind of get the smell of cinnamon almost. Little piece of everything. Little piece of chicken, some rice. Oh, wow. Nice tender chunks of chicken in there. You can see a piece of the bell pepper on there. Wow. It's salty. It's also very creamy. Take a look at the ingredients. Oh, yeah, we got mustard powder, coriander, turmeric, white pepper, paprika, cumin, and cinnamon powder. There we go. Wow, this is incredibly good. I'm loving, this is just one piece of chicken. I'll say, the Slovakian military knows what they're doing when they're creating these rations. I will say, I know that this is made in Sweden, so I assume they use similar components in Sweden. I would love to try a Swedish ration someday, but wow. If the two of them work together even, that's phenomenal. They certainly know what it takes to make a good retort poached main. That not only is the portion just ginormous, but look at those are just huge chunks of real full breast chicken. At least I assume it's chicken breast. It's nice and tender, and I think for the most part it's white meat. Actually, that was kind of like a potato. This is chicken here. Yeah, that's definitely dark meat chicken. It does have that taste to it, but it's also what I think is saving it from being incredibly dry. There's not a lot of fat in white meat chicken, but dark meat chicken does, and that's quite moist still. It's not dry. It's not as hard as a rock. Like I said, it's nice and tender. It's flavorful. And the mix with the spices and the rice and the tomato, that is just so good. I understand why the spoon's so big now as well, I have to say. Based off the pure simplicity the quality and the size. I have to say this has probably become my #1 favorite entree ever in any military ration. For the longest time, I would have said it was the hash brown potatoes with peppers and onions, bacon that came in the U.S. military, meal ready to eat. This, I think, has finally overtaken that. I know some of you might have been expecting me to say the poutine, but the Canadian poutine in the ration is not the greatest. But this, it tastes like something I could just straight up go and replicate 1-to-1 in my kitchen. And we'll do a couple of these peanuts. Again, just standard salted peanuts. And if you really wanted to, if you didn't want to eat all those peanuts in one go, you can just toss them in this little bag. I know it's probably intended for garbage, but if you were somehow able to toss away all your garbage into a can properly or something like that, this would be so useful to carry around all those little components and whatnot. This does zip back up, though. I've been using it to store everything in. Alright, everybody. I'm going to finish that up. I'll be back at you soon in a couple hours with supper. And see you then. Alright, and we're back with supper. So, for supper, I have the main entree, which is the stroganoff with rice and mushroom. There's your ingredient information and your health information. Another big entree, 450 grams, 505 calories. And there's the expiration date, which was January 1st, 2023, or October 1st, 2023. One of the two. Going to say probably October 1st. Now, I'm thinking about it where it's a European ration. But yeah, and I also have the little dental pick and alcohol swab. Alright, so to the star of the show here, I did not use the FRH on this, I just heated it up in a pan of water. I'm going to keep the FRH for another time. Wow. Right off the bat, you get a nice strong smell of onion, followed by pepper and garlic. It smells absolutely delicious. I see some nice chunks of corn in there. I was looking at the ingredients, though, and I noticed it is mushroom, but it also contains vegetarian meat substitute, which is soy protein. I'm sure it's still going to taste delicious, though. It's in just about everything nowadays. Alright, let's just get right into that and give it a try. Looks creamy. Looks really good. That is delicious. It's sweet a little bit. Kind of tastes a little bit smoky. You get that punch to the face with onion right off the bat too. And again, it is very creamy. Wow, very umami as well. All around just another knock out of the park. Some corn in there. Big chunks of mushroom too, if you like it. I'm not a big mushroom fan, but so be it. I'll say, it certainly retained its texture. There was a bit of bite to that mushroom. It wasn't just mush. Very, very, very well put together. Again, I can't get over how much food's here. Well done. Who made this? I'm not going to try pronouncing that. Blob band, I guess. A Nordic food favorite. Very good. I can see why it's a favorite. I'll say, my only real complaint about this ration is there's only 2 drinks. I wish there was 3, one for each meal. Whether it have been another coffee, perhaps, or even a tea bag. I personally don't like tea, but I know I'm in a minority on that one. So, there's a few different ways that could have been improved. Also, there's nothing really applicable for this. Unless the intention was to put both of them on the porridge at the start of the day, I suppose you would know if you're eating these day in and day out. Overall, they're still really good. Plus, you can think of different things to use it for, like I put it on the granola bar, put some on the porridge. I'm going to be a little adventurous, I suppose, and try some with the peanuts. I'm not going as far as putting it on the main. That's delicious. I'm not going to ruin it. But yeah, another electrolyte beverage would have been just something really nice to have added on. I understand not putting in just a fruit juice powder for the sake of having one, though. If they could have made a lower calorie one, I understand that they didn't include two of the one from lunch due to the increased calorie count in them. But even if there was a sugar-free version or something like that to cut the calories down, I could see it working out really well. Just something to get more moisture intake rather than just putting the water back. Not that there's anything wrong with that at all. In fact, in all honesty, you should be drinking a lot of plain water. I aim for at least 2 liters a day. But yeah. I presume if this was actually being used, you would have eaten all those peanuts, either on the go or with your meal or something. But I saved them. Very high quality peanuts, though, I will say. When I had emptied it out, you could see the little granules of salt, and they were quite big chunks. Kind of reminded me of more along the lines of sea salt rather than just a table salt. So yeah, let's give this a quick little knead. I'll say, I'm not sure if it's because it's very humid today, but all this packaging has like a coating on it, it feels like kind of like greasy. It was like that when I took it right out of the original packaging, I should have noted. You don't get a ton of it in each pack, but you do get the 2. Like I did earlier, I used one with the breakfast, and I just saved one, but I don't really know if you can tell if it comes through on camera, but it's kind of like aerated. I know I didn't do a great job explaining that earlier, but it feels very fluffy, which is why I was referencing it's kind of like an icing. Just gonna dunk one in, see what it's like. I can't see it going wrong. It's gonna be sweet and salty. Yeah. If you want to be tedious and dunk each little peanut in there, it's definitely something you can do. Honestly, what might be the better option is just taking it like that and just kind of like a dipped chocolate bar. But it certainly adds a little dimension to these if you don't like just plain salted peanuts, or if you're getting tired of them. Just a little something you can do here and there just to try and change it up. Because as good as these are, and as good as the main is, I can see if you were eating these day in and day out, you would get pretty tired of these pretty quickly. Because there, again, isn't a lot of variety to the side components. There's not a lot you can do with it. But personally, I believe it makes up for it just with the pure quality. But again, I can see them getting boring if you were eating these all the time. All right, let's take a look at this alcohol wipe. Here are little warnings on the back. Isopropyl, flammable. I guess it is alcohol. And that is actually good until 2025. Actually, that's a little bit confusing. Produced in... Oh no, it's lot number 2025. Expires 06-2023. Makes more sense, okay. And yeah, it's dry. It's not super moist. Large, though, for an alcohol wipe. Like, yeah, whew. Certainly smells like isopropyl. Yeah, and after that, it's basically already dry. I was kind of expecting it to be closer to the size of like 2 of these on the inside or something like that. But evidently not. Much larger. Dries out very quickly, though. Way faster than I was expecting. It'd be nice to see that more move to just a standard moist towelette or something, because, again, this is as dry as paper already, as isopropyl just evaporates almost instantly. Let's take a look at these hard candies. It's a pineapple. Looks like that's the brand name there if you're interested. Ration. It's kind of got like a filled center to it. That's interesting. Very, very good. It's not a super strong pineapple flavor. It's not weak, though. It's not overwhelming. It's sweet. It's not too sweet. That nice filled center gives it a little bit of a texture change too. And it's not like truly a hard candy. I'm not sure if that's due to the age or just how it's intended to be, but it's a soft chew. You can bite right down into it. It doesn't crack. It just kind of mushes. Really good. Let's try with the orange. I'm expecting something similar now, just orange flavor. All right. Well, that was a very good candy. Yeah, very similar to the pineapple, though. It's was just another soft chewing hard candy with a filling in the center. I will say one thing for the both of them. Both of these, they are very natural tasting. They are not like an artificial orange. Bit into it. Once I hit that like liquid center, it kind of tasted like a really sweet glass of orange juice in my mouth. That would have been top tier. A really good hard candy. I'm a big hard candy fan. I'm surprised how much I like that. I'll say, Oatmeals certainly knows how to pack a high quality, tasty ration. All right, last but not least, let's take a look at this dental pick. It does have a tear notch, but I'm going to try not to tear into the logos. Nice little dental pick. Got your little bit of floss there and your pick on the other end. Very pointy, actually. Like, pointier than a toothpick. Good quality as well. Yeah, does the job. Works pretty well. Alright, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another video. I appreciate you stopping by. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, or if you just want to say something. Throw me a dislike too if you didn't like it, and let me know why. I appreciate all feedback. I try to grow from what you guys say. Thank you. Alright, everybody. Have a great week. I'll see you soon. Bye.